What's up, everybody? It's Sebastian Castillo here, and I'm back in San Luis Potosi with a couple of friends, staying here for a couple of days, walking through probably the nicest mall in the whole city. Pretty nice place here, as you can see. Pretty developed. But remember, Mexico is a dangerous third world country. You're gonna get stabbed. They don't have running water there. Better stay away. I wanted to make a quick video here, though, just to talk about one of our favorite subjects at this channel, which is money. And the lesson here is simple. Most people don't make much money. Most people have very poor financial education. Most people don't really put time into planning out their financial future and then getting the education, the skills, and the connections to make the kind of money that they really want to. And maybe that sounds a little bit entitled. Maybe that sounds like I'm overlooking some things. And I know everyone has a story. Everyone has their own set of circumstances and things that might make it difficult. And believe me, I mean, if you've watched my channel, if you've followed my videos throughout the years, you know that I've been through my own fair share of shit, right? I started from almost the bottom, having moved away from Canada with basically like $2,000 to my name to Cancun to basically start from zero and start making money online. And I made it happen. It wasn't overnight, and I'm still nowhere near where I really want to be. But I can confidently say I'm at a point now where I make more than a lot of people do at their 9-to-5s, where they studied for years in accredited institution, right, at a university or a college or whatever, and they have to be planted in one city. They have to deal with a boss. They have to deal with bureaucracy and all this crap, while I don't. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying I made some sacrifices to be able to put myself in this position that most people aren't willing to make and will probably never make, even if they talk about getting these results and doing it for themselves. So what I wanted to talk about in that regard is that when you don't have to do the online thing, but when you start making more money, when you start building up your business and your skills and getting out there, so to speak. Look at this place, it's quite nice, huh? It really is quite nice. When you start doing that, first off, your circle is gonna change. Now, pretty much all of my friends make money online, or they're involved in their own businesses. And they might be a little younger than me, they might be a little older than me. Point being is, all of us think quite alike, in some ways. But one mindset shift I had recently that has kind of reignited that fire within is that once you really start on this journey and you start to realize that your income can be as high as you really want it to, then you have to stop comparing yourself to the average person, the average mindset, and the average income, right? When you make your first $10,000 in a month, you can celebrate, you can enjoy it, but don't get stuck there, right? Don't start thinking to yourself, well, I could work harder, I could make more money, but I already make so much more money than most people, right? I already do a lot better. And especially if you're in, a third world country like Mexico, you can tell yourself, oh, well, I make more money than 90% of people in this entire country. Like, I don't have to really work that much harder. But that's keeping you from achieving the next level. That's holding yourself back. If anything, and people always say, oh, don't compare yourself. I don't believe that for a second. Life is competitive, especially if you're a man, if you're in the business game. Competition is indispensable. So you do better to shift your focus away from the people that you're doing better than and over to the people who are doing better than you. Think about this, right? I'm 30 years old, but there's 20-year-olds out there who are doing 20, 30, 50, 100K a month. It's not because they're super geniuses, although some of them are pretty damn smart. It's more because, firstly, they had access to this information earlier on. And then, of course, also because they put the work in. They learned essential skills like sales, like copywriting, like personal branding and marketing. These are the skills that will carry you into the digital age and help you make a lot of money. A lot of people don't want to learn them. A lot of people think it's too risky. And I say, fuck them, because you're never going to get anywhere. You've got to risk it for the biscuit. You got to be willing to throw down a few grand to learn this stuff fast. Because the more you delay, the more you rely on YouTube or any of these other free sources, your progress is going to be so damn slow that once you're ready, once you feel ready for that opportunity, the game is going to already have changed. The prerequisites are going to change. For example, now in remote high-ticket sales and closing, the standard commission is about 10% of a ticket price. But back in the day, if you talk to some of the people who have been around for a little bit longer, the commission was like 15 to 20%. You can still find offers like this. You can still negotiate to have an offer like this. However, it's a testament to how these things change if you delay too long or if you get in the game later on. So, point of the video being, don't compare yourself to people who are below you. Help them out if you want, but don't pat yourself on the back saying, oh, I make X amount, and that's more than the average person, so I must be doing so well. Put yourself next to Elon Musk. Put yourself next to the 20-year-old or the 25-year-old who's doing 300 grand a month doing real estate wholesaling. Put yourself next to the guy who's 28 and he's doing 150,000 in profit a month from 3 of his e-commerce stores on Shopify. Like, these people are out there. The internet's made it much, much easier to find these people as well. But if you just stay holed up in your little corner and you keep kind of patting yourself on the back, thinking, oh yeah, this is fine, you're going to seriously handicap yourself. Well, don't do it, right? Obviously, you can go as far as you want to, but if you think about it, why not really push the limits? Why not continue to push higher and higher and higher? Because I'll tell you, the more money that I make, the more broke I feel, because I start to realize how little choice and freedom I had before, and then I realize, oh, so I'm just at a little bit of a higher rung, which means that once I'm up here 10 rungs above, I'm going to be looking at where I am right now and thinking, wow, I let my head get inflated. I let my ego expand way too much and prevent me from going to the next level. So don't let that happen to you. I'm speaking from experience. A lot of guys will tell you the same thing. So heed that advice, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.